Hello, hello, hello. Very nice, we are with one question. How are you, my friend? Are you okay? I'm fine too, thanks. This question is all about the golden ratio, guys. You know the place of the golden ratio in our lives. I hope the bees are like this. I guess you know it's moving. For those who don't know, I can add some parts to the description. Yes, if we start. Now what can we say about the square root? So for here, absolutely, but absolutely, x plus 2. I would say greater than or equal to 0. In this case, x is greater than minus 2. Considering the second situation, with the same logic, I can say it's bigger than 0, 2 minus in the root. X plus 2 is greater than 0. Let's throw this way. X plus 2 squared is equal to less in the root. 2, then let's square both sides. X plus 2 is less than 4. In this case, x is less than 2. What came to us in the first place? These came, and definitely. What exactly should the inside x be? It has to be bigger than 0 so it can get here. Then what can I say for the range of x? X element is 0, 2. It was intermittent. If we continue now, we will solve the question accordingly. I am the initial problem. So 2 minus x plus 2 in the root? One large root again. When I say x is equal to both sides, let's take the square. I got this too. If I take the square, what will this expression turn into? 2 minus the square root of x plus 2 equals x squared. Then this x squared this way. If we throw the square root expression here to this side, 2 minus x squared, ups in equal root. X plus x. Of course, again, both sides. Let's square it to get rid of the square root. Then what will happen if we buy it? X to the 4x squared. Plus 4 is equal. X plus 2. Now we see here, let's throw this statement to the left with its entirety. What comes from here? X to the 4x squared. Minus x. Plus 2 is equal to 0. Now what can I do next? Let's think a little. Look, if I take the expression here to the x square bracket. If I get the x square bracket, please, this is x square. X squared in bracket 4. And if I take this expression one bracket, what will it become? X minus 2 is equal to 0. What can I do later? In both? Yes, let's go open the expression here. What was that? How is the difference of two squares? Squared minus b squared is equal to a minus b in brackets times a plus b. Then let's use this feature too. X minus 2 times open bracket x plus 2 minus x minus 2 is equal to, what can I say? I say 0. What can I do later? If you pay attention, what do they all have in common? I have x minus 2. Then I take the whole place to x minus 2 bracket. So that statement, in this case, x minus 2 times. Let's distribute that friend on top of it. What will come from here? X cubed plus 2x squared. What's left here? 1 equals 0 left. If we continue now, what can I do next? Look, there is a minus union expression here, right? I write like this. If I write plus 1 to 2, it will work for me. So what do I mean? In x2 bracket, x cubed plus 1 plus 2x squared minus 2 is equal to 0. Did you see that I am actually a cubed expression here? I'm trying to get. So let's go to the other page. Let's open this cube later now. Yes, what can I do when I go to the other page? X minus 2 was the last. Doing if I want to open this cube, what will happen? X plus 1. Of course, it was double brackets. X squared minus X plus 1. E plus 2x squared, 1. We close, the parenthesis is equal 0, so you know the rule I made here. I already think. What was that rule, if you want to remember? How did we open the expression a cube plus b cube? A plus b in brackets times here is the a square minus a times b. Plus b square, what were we doing? We could express it. We use this, what can I do later? If you pay attention, what can I do? So we can open here. Let's open this part, so what will our expression be? X2. Really hard question, guys, by the way. So really, one question to have in your library. I continued. I wrote x plus 1 again in brackets. So I wrote here x squared that part minus x plus 1. So I can open here plus 2 times. I said x minus 1 times x plus 1. I closed it. I said equal to 0. What did I use here? I used the difference of 2 squares, so a squared minus b squared. We knew what it was. A minus b times. We knew it was a plus b. Now what can I do next? If you pay attention, what do they all have? X plus 1 is here, x plus 1 is here. Then I'll take the x plus 1 bracket. Yes, what will happen? X minus 2 times x plus 1 times what's left inside? X squared minus x plus 1. Plus, let's multiply this expression by 2 and write 2. I heard x 2, 0. If we arrange a little more, x minus 2 times x plus 1. Yes, what happened here? X is squared plus x. 1 is equal to 0. Now what do I know? What should these expressions be equal to? When 0. And it should be equal to 0. What is the value we call x from here? 2 from here? What will come from here? The value we call x is 1. But what did we have to pay attention to here? X. So who was it between 0 and 2? Then I can't do this. I can't take it automatically. This exploded. And the expression here. We need to equalize to 0. What do we use here? Use delta or discriminant. What did we call delta? B squared 4 times a times c. I say delta equals b. How much is this? 1 squared of 1 is 1. 4 times it to 1c is what this is. 1. What will come in the value we call delta, friends? 5. Now if you want to find the roots of this, let's say x 1, 2. What are the roots of this minus b plus minus? D, we found it with root delta divided by 2a. Then let's look at x1 comma and 2. What comes from here? 1 plus minus root 5 over 2 will come. But what is the part we need to pay attention to? If you pay attention here, x's definition range is between 0 and 2. Then which root will we take from here? It will happen, friends. It will be the big one. How do we choose this? 1 plus root 5 over 2 will be the solution for us. Now, why did I choose this? Because root 5 is a greater than 1 value. Here's automatically. It will drop between 0 and 2 now. What can I do after here? Let's give it a name. So what do I mean? We now know what the friend we call phi is. 1 plus root 5, 2. If I get 1 out of this, for example. Please, if I get 1 from this friend, 1 plus root 5, 2 golden ratio, you know what will happen when I remove this 1. See, 1 plus root 5, 2. Did it go to the answer we wanted? So I could choose my other root like this, my friend. I will choose phi 1, I will choose my other root. Now this you found. Well, of course you can't tell if they are both the answer. Why do we have to replace it in the equation? Where is the equation? Two. Is 2 plus 2 in the minus root really equal? I'm looking at 2, my friend. What will come from here? 2 minus. Is this 2 really equal to 2? Look, this is 0, this is 2, because they are not equal. What did I say? I said, do we have any more space left? Now we have passed to our second equation. Here I take both if you pay attention. I take it with phi1. That is 1 subtracted from the golden ratio. I'm writing it instead of equating it. What happened in 2 minus root? I said phi1. There was also, plus there were 2. Then I continued my process in the root 2 minus. Within the root, phi plus turned into 1. Look, the expression you call phi plus 1 is actually yours. Phi square, so friends. What do I mean? What did we call phi? 1 plus root was 5 and 2. I'm adding 1 to this. I hit 3 plus root will be 5, 2. So what was the expression I called phi? Wasn't it 1 plus root 5, 2? I took this square in 1, 4 bracket. 1 plus 2 square roots of 5? If I added a little more in the 1, 4 bracket. 6 plus 2 root will be 5. What will happen if I simplify it? That's 3 plus the root is 5, 2. Did you see? So what did I do here? Then I am this. What can I use in this part? I can use fi frame. So our question turned into this. 2 minus in the roots. I said phi square. If phi square nullkek will go out as it is. Friends, 2 minus. We got it in phi. So how can I do this later? I can separate it if I write it like this, 1. If I write in the form of plus 1 minus phi. So I'm here. What can I do next part? Look where I saw 1 here. You can prove it again. What we call 1 is actually friends. Fi square minus fi. Please do this. Analyze and comment. Write if it really is like this, and write where you are from. I'm very curious, where are you watching me? So what can I write instead? Phi square minus phi. E plus 1 minus. Can write in phi form. I continued. What has this turned into? Phi square 2 times phi. E plus 1. So what is this, guys? Why will it come out of the root? So sorry, what is this? If you think phi minus 1 squared, what will our answer come from here? Phi, what will come out of here? Phi 1 will come out, guys. Thank you for listening to me. It was an excellent question. See you soon. Bye-bye.